and welcome to episode 2 of the Live It Out series. We hope that you enjoyed the first episode last Monday. This week we're going to be looking at the next part of Genesis. Your passage for today is Genesis 3 verses 1 to 10. We're going to pop that on the screen now for you to read and pause.
Hopefully you've had a chance to read the passage and have a little think about it. We're going to pass over to Rachel now, who's going to explain some of the context of the story. So over to you, Rach.
Cool guys, thanks. So today we are looking at Genesis 3. So we're just following on from where we left off. God had just created a companion for Adam known as Eve. And in the story that we're looking at today, what we see unfold is more commonly known as the fall. So this is the story of Adam and Eve eating the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which God had said to them not to eat. So in this chapter, you will see what happens as a result of that. Back over to you guys.
Thanks, Rach. Me and Sam and I are going to share something that we both got out of the passage whilst reading it. For me, when I was reading the passage, what stood out was the fact that after Eve had eaten the fruit, they both became aware that they were naked. And to me, this reflects the fact that after we sin, we become aware of what we've done and we feel guilty for what we've done. And our immediate reaction, like theirs, is to hide. We don't want to speak to God after we've sinned because we want to push him away. But God wants us to come to him first. He wants us to tell him what we've done and that we've sinned, and that he wants us to ask for forgiveness from him.
Yeah, that's so true and so good. And the thing that I think I took from the passage was that the serpent throughout this part of the story was lying to Adam and Eve, that God had specifically told them not to touch that tree and not to touch the fruit and eat the fruit. And yet the serpent was saying, no, it's absolutely fine. You can eat the fruit and you can enjoy it and it will bring you excitement and knowledge and all these different things. And yet he was lying to them the whole time. And I think that's so true for us in life, that often the enemy wants to tempt us away from God with things that look exciting and really, really fun and all these different things. And the reality is that often when we turn away from God, when we decide to take things into our own hands, that we're often left with guilt and shame and with regret. And so often we kind of turn to God and we come back to God in that time, because actually we know that with God, that God brings us life to the full and that God will never lie to us. And so I think as Christians, it's really, really important for us to resist temptation, to recognize the lies and to stick with God and to continue to walk and obey him. So hopefully you've enjoyed the passage, hopefully you've enjoyed thinking about it and hearing our thoughts on it. We're going to give you a chance now to read the passage again and to have a little think about it in your own context. We're going to put some questions up on the screen to hopefully help you study this passage. And we recommend that you find a quiet place. Just find a place away from the noise and the distraction of life and to study the passage, to read about it, to pray about it and ask God to speak to you. And so we hope you enjoy studying Genesis chapter 3. We'll see you again next Monday for the next chapter in our Live It Out series. Enjoy. Bye.